What's going on, NBA fanatics? This is your friendly neighborhood Memphis Grizzly homer, Memphis X, and I talk hoops. Well, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but hopefully not for Santi Aldama. Is he having a breakout? We'll talk about it. But first, every hero needs their theme music.
KeyAno.
Grizz gang, go hard. Baddest in the game, we be on one. I talk hoops, so secure. All up on the court, but we gon' score. Memphis bringing heat straight from Tennessee. Demo respect and let's go.
The one thing you always forget about Summer League every season is that after that first initial weekend, the tingle of Summer League kind of fades away. And it's really just you missing NBA basketball so much and wanting to see these new draftees that you're really into it. But then, like I said, when you see that kind of bad basketball and you're used to the NBA basketball, it kind of is a turnoff unless you got a rookie or something or a young player that's been fascinating. And the Grizzlies Summer League team has an interesting roster. Of course, we've already went over that, but they have been kind of slowed down since that first game in Salt Lake City, and the first couple of games in Las Vegas, they haven't really been on their game. And one guy that was kind of really disappointing for Grizzlies fans was Santi Aldama, and that's who we're going to talk about in this video. Santi had looked about like he did last Summer League, and I can't remember where the quote is. If I find the quote, I'm going to put it up here in the video. They were interviewing the coach, Dave McClure, I think that's his name, Coach McClure, that's coaching the Grizzlies Summer League team. And he was talking about Santi, and he was saying that Santi was in his head. Now, you got to remember, Santi Aldama is a guy that won an MVP in a EuroLeague tournament. So he is not without talent. That has never been a problem. And I could not figure out, even from last Summer League, I figured that it was jet lag because he came from Spain, right after the draft. And right after he got here, he basically went straight to playing. And that first game, I think, was within 12 hours of him hitting the United States. And he looked terrible. And it was always my impression that his confidence never recovered from that game, because you're in Vegas, you're in the Summer League, everybody, the gym's packed, everybody in the NBA is around, all your new teammates are around, and you throw up a dud of a game your first time out. It's got to mess with your mind. He's a young kid. So I think that it's been on him, in his head the whole time. And that's what the coach said. He is in his head. So against, I think it was the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think it was the Grizzlies' third game, Santi had a nice little game. He was 11 of 22 from the field. He was 0 from 4 from 3. He had 8 rebounds, 6 steals, and 2 blocks. He led the Grizzlies in plus minus at plus 12. Only 2 turnovers. Only had 1 assist. But it seemed like, I don't know if it was what the coaching staff has done with him or whatever it is, but he seemed to follow that up with a humongous game against the Brooklyn Nets Summer League team. And the Brooklyn Nets Summer League team has some players that were rotation players in Kessler Edwards and Cam Thomas, and some guys that they're probably depending on this year in Day'Ron Sharpe and David Duke Jr. So it's not like they were bereft of talent. And in this game, Zaire Williams started at point guard. So it was a very, very interesting game. But the Grizzlies, I think they were kind of disappointed by their slow starts that they've had over the last couple of games. So they came out with a vengeance in this game. They came out hitting shots. Santi Aldama came out hot. But Santi Aldama had a great game this time. 12 of 14 from the field, 4 of 5 from three-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 0 turnovers, 31 points, and he was plus 12 again. And it's like sometimes you can look at his stats because his stats hadn't been bad this summer, but his level of play hasn't been good. But in this game, his level of play was different. He played with a lot more confidence. He shot the ball with a lot more confidence. He played defense with a lot more confidence. He ran the court with a lot more confidence. He was pinning smalls under the basket, getting post position. It just seemed like that for whatever reason in this game, he came out with a sense to dominate. And basically dominate he did. From the opening tip to the time they were checked out of the game, Santi Aldama played well throughout the whole game. And it was very encouraging because as a second-year player, this is what you want. You want a guy to finally show signs, especially if he's been disappointing as a rookie. You want the guy to show signs that he can become a contributor. And we're not looking for Santi Aldama to be a starter in year 2. My goal for Santi Aldama is to be a capable 10th, 11th man. If he can get in the rotation, and when he gets in the rotation, make significant contributions, even in 10 minutes, I think that's a win for the Grizzlies at the 30th pick. Everybody's not going to beat Desmond Bane at pick 30. If you can get somebody who can play in your rotation at pick 30, you have won that draft pick. That draft pick is a success. So, Santi Aldama, I don't know how much he's going to play the rest of the way. I haven't paid attention to the Grizzlies' schedule the rest of the way. I think they play again Thursday night. So hopefully he'll play. I don't know if Zaire's going to play or Xavier's going to play. But hopefully Santi will play again and he can build upon these last 2 performances and go into the offseason, because with Jaren being injured, he has a chance to get significant playing time. He is the only other player over 6'9" on the Grizzlies roster besides Steven Adams that's going to be healthy going into the season. So you remember we were talking about that the replica Jaren Jackson during the draft? Santi Aldama has a chance to be the replica Jaren Jackson off the bench. All he has to do is be able to make shots, play defense, and rebound. Nothing. He doesn't have to create. He doesn't have to be a star. He doesn't have to do anything off the dribble. Just be a functional defensive player, protect the rim a little bit, and make open jump shots. If he can do that, he will be a success. So here's hoping that Santi Aldama has figured some things out in the summer league, and I am looking forward to watching this game Thursday and seeing what he does on the court. Like I said, we had some other guys that played well this past game. David Roddy had a good breakout game. Zaire Williams looked fantastic playing point guard. Xavier Tillman had a good game. Jake LaRavia, he had a low-scoring game, but you got to watch, like I keep telling you, you got to watch him play to appreciate what he's doing on the court. He does need to get his shot volume up, but he still does the little things real well. And Kennedy Chandler also had a pretty good game. So, yeah, and it was good to see most of the Grizzlies team, I think except Brandon Clark, Jaren Jackson, and Steven Adams, were on the sidelines watching the game. So that was good to see. So, guys, remember to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications, and share this video with other Grizzlies fans. And I will catch you guys tomorrow with the next video. There hasn't really been anything going on as far as transactions goes, so there's really no reason to update the power rankings at this time. So we'll see what today has in store for us, and maybe we'll get an update on the power rankings. Peace. This is Memphis X with iTalkHoops. While you're here, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications so you will be alerted to all the new videos I have coming up during this NBA offseason. We have a goal on this channel to get to 1,000 subscribers before the new season starts, and I'm going to need your help to get there. Thank you.